Let's talk about the effect your serve can have on the opposition. Serving is a really important part of the game because it's the first attack. A lot of people think serves are just to start the rally, but no, serves are supposed to be the first attack of the game. And that's why it's my favorite part of the game. Do I want it to go short? Do I want it to spank it so hard that I get an ace? Do I have the confidence to do that? And I really enjoy that journey. I'm going to share the ideas and tactics with you that I think about right before I serve. In the video, we're going to be discussing what happens when we serve deep, what happens when we serve short, what effect does it have on the passer, the setter, and maybe the hitter as well. My name's ClubArtie. I'm a volleyball coach. I create content to make you the strongest volleyballer inside and out. Let's get started. Now, serving starts when you move back to the line. Originally, you had to serve from the right-hand side, but these days you can serve from anywhere. So don't limit yourself to just serving from this side and pumping this way. Explore how it feels to go over here, to go over here, and maybe to go all the way over there. That will have effects on the other team. The number one thing I want you to consider is when you are serving from this side, this is probably the most popular place to serve. So the passers on the other side have probably practiced receiving serves from this side the most. If we want to take advantage of the meta, I highly recommend you explore different spaces on the baseline, because then your serve's going to become a weapon before you even hit the ball. Let's talk about serving deep to the left corner. A lot of the time our coaches say, hey, serve deep to the left corner, but they don't tell us why you should do that. There's a few reasons. The first reason is put pressure on the setter. Let's say I'm setting from here and the opposition is trying to target the back left corner. So they serve it over and goes to that corner over here. This puts pressure on the setter because the ball is coming from behind me and I need to look in a different direction. Especially with younger teams and less experienced setters, this is a very good strategy to try. Even better, they shank it this way. Oh, this is really hard. Back set is probably not even an option. You could probably triple block on the right side. So serving all the way down to deep one, especially when that setter's front court, is going to put a lot of pressure on what options that setter actually has. The second reason your coach might want you to try and serve to the back left corner is to put pressure on the opposite attacker. If you're serving back court over here, you're putting pressure on the opposite, and the opposite's supposed to be an attacker only. So if they're wasting energy moving forward to pass, then they need to transition again. You're putting a lot of pressure on the opposite, which is usually their best attacker. We've talked about hitting it to the back left. Now, what happens if you hit it to the back right? The first thing I want you to think about is when we serve it to the back right, think about what's usually popular for servers. They get to the right side and they serve it into the middle or to the cross. So passers are getting very used to the ball coming from the left side, coming over to you, digging to the setter. And if the passers are committed to the seam, usually the left in this case, statistically speaking, their left seam, so passing on your left, is a lot more effective than passing on your right. If I instructed my team to serve to the right, it would be to put pressure on the defenders and take advantage of their less experienced passing side, which is the right side. I can go more into that stat in another video, but the basics are we pass a lot more from the left, and it's easier to offload to our setter. Now let's talk about short serves. The way I define short serves is any type of serve that would land within the attack line. If you don't know what the attack line is, it's the 3-meter line just over there. The reason why we do these types of serves is to put pressure on the passers that are also hitters. So consider this, I'm a pass hitter. Usually the ball comes to me, I dig, I transition this way, and I go for my hit. Now I'm pass hitting. It comes to me, it's going short, I need to go in short. Pass, what do I need to do now? I can't just take a few steps this way and be ready for my transition. I need to go all the way back and then get in position. So you're putting a lot of pressure on the fitness of the pass hitter because you're making them move more. You need to push them forwards, then they come back, and then they need to go forwards again. You're making them do extra reps and you're making them work twice as hard. So, pop quiz. When we serve back left, who are we putting pressure on? The pass hitter, the setter, or the oppo? Multiple choice, you can choose more than one. It's the setter and the opposite. First is the setter, because remember, setting a ball that comes from behind you is hard. The second is if the opposite's really good and you want to take them out of the attack. Just like in Haikyuu with Ushiwaka, you want to make them work harder and harder by moving forward, then they need a transition and they need a hit as well. Make them work hard. My next question is, when you're serving short, who are you putting pressure on? The setter, the passer, or the hitter? Usually, it's a trick question again, it's the pass hitter. You're making them work twice as hard. You're making them shuffle in to get the pass, then you're making them work more and more to go back, then spike again. So these are strategies you can use on some of those really, really good players and slowly crack away at them one serve at a time. Well, I hope this video was helpful. Practice all different types of serves. Practice short serves, practice long serves, practice serves on the left side and the right side of the baseline. Don't limit yourself to traditional play. You can play however you want, depending on how much pressure you want to put on the opposition. You get better with your practice, so go practice volleyball. Good Charlie! This video is brought to you by the ClubArtie Discord server, a community of learners and lovers of volleyball. In this space, we learn about each other, we support each other, and we share our learning journeys. When you become a Patreon member, you get access to early release of YouTube videos and tutorials, a Q&A channel where I'm committed to answering every question asked, and what I'm really excited about is weekly catch-ups and monthly coaching workshops. If you're interested, links are in the bio below the like button.